Section 160 CRPC notice. Section 160 CRPC notice is issued by the police officer to investigate the concerned person who are acquainted the facts of the case. Such kind of a person is called for investigate by issuing this 160 CRPC notice by the police officer to a person. Under this, the 160 CRPC notice contains information. That is, 160 CRPC notice is in the written form compulsory. Number one, the order requiring the attendance of the person must be in a writing. What kind of notice is issued by the police officer? That should be in the written form. And number two, the person who appears to be acquainted with the facts and circumstances of the case. The person should know related facts and circumstances of the case. Such kind of person is called to investigate by the police officer issuing the 160 CRPC notice. Number three, the summons issued by the police officer under 161 CRPC notice. The procedure contains investigation officer's name, address, and title of the police officer, as well as the information about the FIR and the complete information of the case, and address of the police officer. These are compulsory mentioned in the 160 CRPC notice. Number four, the person who are called for investigation, the person is in the limits of the police station. The adjoining police station, surrounding area, related person should be the person only. There is no chance to investigate other police station surrounding area person. There is no such kind of rights to the police officers to investigate other surrounding police station area. Number five, the police officer must also pay the person's reasonable expenditure. What kind of expenditure he spent to the concerned location. Such kind of amount is also should be relevant amount is also should be paid by the police officer. Like this, the 5 points information should be provided in 160 CRPC notice. There are some conditions when the police officer is going to call the witness, going to call the person to investigate. Here, below 15 years old and above 65 years old persons are not to be investigated. They are not called for a investigation. And again, who are mentally and physically imbalanced person, unable person, such kind of a person is also not called for investigation. And women also not called for investigation to the other place. So, there are some provisions in the law to protect the person's safety and security, children's safety and security, women's safety and security, and younger's safety and security also. Indignities, inconvenience that is not caused by any person who are calling to investigate. The 160 CRPC notice under 160, section 161 CRPC notice, any person behind this legislative prescription that feels juveniles and females, the police should not expect any kind of complementary issue on juveniles and the women. And again, there's safety and security is also very important. They are the children and women are investigated at their residence only. They are not called at some other places. They are very conscious about the incidents. In later years, for their future, related to their future and related to their prestige, related to their public damage, any kind of public damage, any kind of issues there is. At the time, the persons are not to be, there's safety and security should be provided to each and every person who are going to be investigated by the police officers. This betterment is very important to the police officer. Police officers have to establish this betterment, even though they are investigated. There is no any kind of suspicious provisions on the persons by the police service on this issue.